to the first Fredcast. I'm going to try this, share some information with you periodically on video. And as I said in the notes in the email, just delete it if you're not interested. If you think you might be interested, have a look, or just set it aside and look at it when you have time. I'm going to be going through a series of things that I think are important in the new curriculum and also in general, and possibly even share some just tips with you that might make running your classroom a little easier. So one of the first things I want to introduce to you is MyBlueprint, which is, I think, the best way forward for housing student self-assessment. MyBlueprint is a platform that kids have been using all the way through K to 9. It's called All About Me in the lower grades. They use it for a bunch of different things, basically self-assessment, who they are, surveys, that kind of thing. So I'm going to show you by sharing my screen how to get in, and then what it looks like from a teacher's point of view. So I'm just going to share the screen with you. And MyBlueprint basically is a platform that you can find on the homepage of the school. I've been working in it a little bit here already, but I'll show you how to get to it. So if you go to CSS, it's right here. You go to school links, MyBlueprint is right here. So MyBlueprint pops up, and I've logged in lots of times as a careers teacher, planning teacher. But for you, if you're new, if you get to this page, you just go to sign up here, and then you choose Coraloo, and you create an account, and then you just choose teacher, and you choose the grades you're teaching, and you will be able to basically go through the process and log in and you know, look at your classes and how is that going to look for you. So here I am in as a teacher, and here's my name in the top right, and here's the student view, and I'll show you that in a sec. The student view is what the students look at, and the teacher view is what you look at. And so what I do with all my classes is I load all the kids into MyBlueprint for whatever class I'm teaching, Law 12 in the first quarter, History 12 in the last quarter. And so when I click on that class, I've already loaded 3 students in here, and you can go up to this and add more students. So after Chelly, there's Chenard and Generous. So if I go down here, page 2, page 3 is the next one where Chenard is in here, right there. Damien Chenard is in this class, and Matthew Generous is on the next page. And again, you just go through the whole staff list, through the student body list, and find a kid, and then you can load them. And then when you are decided that's enough, you can go to the top and add 2 more students. So my class now, I can view the class, and I've successfully loaded 5 students. You can see them here. You can click on a student account and see what they're up to if you want. This is more probably for the careers teachers, but the reason I'm encouraging you to use MyBlueprint is to encourage kids to self-assess across the classes that they're taking. And so how will that look? If you click out of here, again, this is student view or teacher view, you've created your class. If you go to the student view, and if you click on student view, you'll get the student's view, and you choose up here grade 12. Most of the kids in my History 12 class will be in grade 12 or 11. And this is what it looks like for the kids. They have a dashboard, they have tasks to do, class activities, goals, portfolios. You see that again here under home, under who am I? Kids are doing surveys. I have them do this in my careers classes and also in my regular classes when I do career projects in law, in psych, in social justice, and in history. If I have time, I fit in a careers project, and they use MyBlueprint for that. And again, it's a great way for kids to get to know themselves. Careers teachers are doing this. all the time. You don't necessarily have to, but there's stuff they can add in here, like a plan, what they're going to do in high school, what they're going to do post-secondaries here, apprenticeship, college, workplace. This is a fantastic platform. It really is the best platform I've seen for kids to use in high school. Here's work related things, occupations, resumes, cover letters, job search. And again, most of that's being done in the careers classes. There's a money section, there's guides, and also other useful aspects. Now, if we go back to the home, what I'm encouraging you to do is to work with your students in core competencies, and then in their portfolio, load a file on core competencies. And I've done that already here. I have a file just about myself, a folder. I have a folder here or a portfolio about core competencies. Now, when I look in here, I have loaded already a self-assessment one-pager. Now, this is a blank, and I'm going to show you how to load these. So I'm going to just delete that one and add a box. And it's going to be a journal, and it's going to be core comps. And I'm going to make this one about history because I want the kids to do some self-assessment in my history class. Self-assessment in history, so they can figure out where they're at, how they're doing, and self-analyze. So when I post this, it'll just show up as empty, right? If I click on it, I can add then a file to this. So what I'm suggesting you do is work with kids on your core competencies, and then they can add whatever written work they have, usually typed, up into here. So now how are they going to do that? If we go back to the school homepage, we can go to Corelu here. I was just on that link, but I'll show you how to get there. Under the school links, you can get to the core competencies that we loaded last year. And these are the two documents that we decided we were going to use with students. This is the one-pager that we're probably going to use in May or June. And this is a more extensive one that I like to encourage you to use, because you can go in more in depth, I would say, and from class to class if students have one that they're using. So I hand one of these out. I have a different one now. I've updated it with glows and grows and some other handouts, but I definitely refer to it in my classes. So let's just say if you're using this one, you can download this. So here it downloads, and then if you open it, students can work on this on their own. So you can put your name here. Students can put their name. Oops, I'm in caps. Students can put their name, and then they can, load their information. Communication. I am good at communicating, or not. And what you want is for the students, I think, to self-reflect in your classes, and you might specifically bring that out in terms of curricular competencies, or it might be a general thing. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Kind of thing. And I'm going to do a different video about core competencies. But the key thing here is I would do this copy with writing first, where kids can just brainstorm and think about how they're doing in your class. And I know some teachers are doing kind of individual meetings with students. I know Ashley's tried that, and Earl does that. And there are many ways to skin this cat. So I really think that the easiest way to do core competencies is to do something in your own style, some way to communicate with kids and get them self-assessing, putting it down on paper, and then possibly good copy is typed out and put in like this. Because what you have to do here is you have to save this document and then load it into the MyBlueprint folder. So I'm going to save this as, let's just put it in downloads for now, and I'm going to call this self-assessment 2 MyBlueprint history. And again, history is one of the hardest words to type right all the time. So I'm going to save that in my downloads. It's going to save, so that if I go back to my blueprint here, and I go back to my Blueprint core competencies here. This is the student view. And if I go here and if I want to add a box, see, I don't like that one because this one is one that's theoretically completed already because there's nothing written on this one. So you can only upload completed pieces of work. So I'm going to delete that. Oops. I'm going to delete that one pager here. Sorry, I'm going to edit and then remove it. And then I'm going to add so there it's gone. Now I can add the one that I wanted to that I just worked on. So I can add a file, go to your files to upload, and if I go to downloads, we'll see there it is, core competencies. I can open it, upload it. There it is. I can post it, and by doing this, you are basically allowing the student to periodically self-assess themselves, and then if you open it, you can see that it has been worked on and it's there. And again, I think this is just going to be one of the easier ways for everyone to keep track of what students are doing in terms of their self-assessment. Parents can log into this. They are going to get MyBlueprint logins, if not already, to see what their kids are up to. And we can encourage through report card process, hey, log into your kids' MyBlueprint and have a look. Okay, thanks. That's the first lesson. Logging into MyBlueprint and getting kids to upload their core competencies. If you have any questions or suggestions for other topics I could cover, shoot me an email. Thanks very much. And we'll see you again.